everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So, I should have 3 tiny houses up for the rest of the week. I'm currently working on the one going up tomorrow. So we're doing like a half theme week because I did do the Halloween build Monday. But the first one of the 3 tiny houses that we're doing is this one, and it's supposed to be a tiny townhouse. Now, I will say townhouses are a minimum of 2 stories, right? Because they're usually like apartment buildings, sort of, that you find in town, in the cities. And 2-story houses are always very difficult to make tiny houses, to make sure that they're still like count as tiny houses. You get what I mean, right? So this house from the outside might look rather large. I promise the interior of it is super small. Like, I was having issues placing down the staircase because I didn't want to use a ladder. I was having issues fitting in the bed because I also wanted to make sure that you could fit at least 2 Sims into this house. So it was just, the downstairs is actually fairly like sizable. I don't know if that's the right word to use. But with the upstairs and like trying to turn it into a bedroom and everything, it was a little bit of a challenge. But that's the thing with 2-story tiny houses. They are a little bit of a challenge. So, but there's a lot going on with the exterior of the house. It's a lot, like, it's on the exterior though. Tomorrow's house, I swear, is almost going to be a micro home, and I'm having such big issues with it as of right now. I don't really, it's fun though, trying to cramp as much as you can into as smallest possible space. But it is a little bit challenging, and the one that I'm doing for tomorrow, I'm just having some issues with the floor planning and everything, but we'll see how it turns out. You guys are going to see it tomorrow. Everything's going to be good. So, yeah, this was inspired by a picture that I found on Pinterest, actually, and it was actually 2 houses. So you had, like, 2 houses, but they were split up in the middle. And obviously going for, instead of like a brownstone kind of townhouse feel to it, we're going for the more contemporary feels. But the house looked super cool. The interior looked a lot bigger than it did from the outside. I definitely also made the house smaller because the original house, the one that I took inspiration from, was not a tiny house. So I tried to just make it as small and narrow as I could. But I really liked the look of the original house. I thought it looked so cool. So I wanted to see if I could do something with it instead of, like, and then turn it into something else that it wasn't, instead of just rebuilding it basically. So I like how it turned out. I feel like it's been a while since I've done like a loft kind of situation, because it is sort of a loft feel as well. There's a bit of a loft, I don't know what to call it, like, or how to say it, but a bit of a loft situation going on here as well, if you will. So it's been a while since I've done one of those, and it was nice to revisit it. If you like it, I will definitely do more, so let me know. But we're also doing theme weeks, and okay, listen friends, I like to plan. I don't know what it is, I just like to plan. I suck at sticking to my plans. Like, I don't know, I can't follow plans, but I just like to make them. It's a whole thing. Like, I have my journal, I have a planner, I now also have a calendar as well, and a reading journal. Like, I like to plan. I also now have a Google sheet, a spreadsheet, where I place down or write down all the videos that I want to do throughout November, and I've also done it for December, just not like specifics, but like, well, some of them are specifics, because if I feel like I can come up with a theme that I think is fitting for the moment, like right around Christmas, you want to build Christmas houses, for example, I'll write it down. But like, so far, a lot of the days I've just marked I want to do a video that day. But I have made the wildest plans for November and December. So we'll see if I manage to follow them, because I really suck at following plans, but I've made the plans. So if I do, we're gonna have lots of content up on the channel over this month and also next month. Some weeks will be theme weeks, others will not be theme weeks, but I think there's 1 week in December that I want to turn into a theme week, but I haven't decided on the theme yet. So if you got any suggestions, let me know. Just not Christmas. Just not Christmas, okay? But anything else, let me know. I'll consider it for that week. And I don't know, it's just nice to like have everything set up and just, I don't know. I've also started like, well, I usually will, you guys can probably recognize this as well. If you build a lot, you go on Pinterest a lot, or maybe you go on Google or something. So what I do on Pinterest, I will obviously pin pictures, but if I go scout for houses on Google, I will bookmark them. So I have a lot of bookmarks with just houses that I never take a second look at. I don't know what it is, but anyway, but I've started kind of copy pasting some of the links into my Google spreadsheet as well. So I can take inspiration from that specific house on that day. See, I am a planner. Okay, I'm just not a follower of plans, but I love to make the plans. I have good intentions. We'll see if I follow them, okay? But just know that the plans have been made. The thing is as well, throughout December, because I do have a second channel, which is centered around books. It's a booktube channel. It's linked in the pinned comment, by the way, if you haven't checked it out and you like books, you know, it's right there. But I have the wildest recording plans as well for December for that channel. I just want to have some fun. I just want to have a lot of fun, you know? Just want to have a lot of fun making videos. And also, speaking of that channel, oh my gosh. So if you follow me on Instagram, you check my stories, you would already know, but I have a lot of like bookcases behind me and books and stuff. Like actually a lot of stuff like plushies and pops, and there's mugs and candles and stuff behind me. Like a lot of stuff as well, not just books. So yesterday I decided to reorganize everything because my books have been basically sorted after color for a little bit, but it gets a little bit annoying because if you have any series, they've been split up and I just got a little bit tired of it. So I wanted to reorganize everything, but I think I have closing in on like 500 books, and my legs today and my back are killing me. Like, I am struggling. I'm struggling to sit here, but I'm also struggling to lay down, and I can't really stand up. I feel like I've had my first workout in like half a decade or something. I have worked out within the last half decade, but that sounds weird, but we've just been, you know, going through some stuff in the world, and you know that's been taking a while and everything, so it's not really that long. But yeah, my whole body is protesting today, but it was so worth reorganizing everything because it looks really nice now and it's fun to just see everything in a new spot. But oh my gosh, my body, my poor body, I am struggling. But I will get you guys a tiny house for tomorrow. I promise. There will be a tiny house for tomorrow. I also do not feel better lying down, so I might as well just sit here and sit still. You know, it's all good. I got my Friday candy as well, so like I'm settled. I just have to sit here, chill with my tiny house, and just build, you know. But I don't know, yeah, it was fun kind of reorganizing everything, but my gosh, I feel in pain. I'm in pain, yes. So as for the interior for this house, you've probably seen it by now, but we're going for this like dream home decorator, tiny house, or what's it called? Tiny living with, I'm not actually sure, a little bit of other stuff, I suppose. There's some city living, some spa day, just like a nice modern contemporary feel to it, but still make it cozy. And then because I didn't want to make it black and white and gray, I decided to add the medium brown, and then with the wood, like the wood panel right here, which adds like an eco touch to it as well, but also it's just nice to add some nature elements to this kind of interior because the house looks very structured from the outside. It doesn't actually, or it doesn't exactly scream nature, if you get what I mean. But also I wanted there to be a little bit of color, so to tie in with both the swatch for the lamp that I'm using here, the ceiling lamp above the staircase, which is not blocking the staircase. I did play test it, but both to tie in with that, but also all the plants, we do add a little bit of green in the living room area and also up here on the second floor with the bed, which is from Eco Lifestyle. I don't think I often use this swatch, to be honest. I don't know. It's also a little bit lighter green, not gray, lighter green, but I feel like it works. I feel like it ties in very well with the lamp swatch that I ended up going for. And then you guys know, or maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I hate placing things in front of windows. So I was having some issues because I already swapped out the window that was like the window between the terrace and the bedroom, and because it was floor to ceiling before, but then I remembered that I needed a place to place down my dresser, and I don't like to place dressers in front of windows, so I decided to go for, despite already swapping it out, none of the dressers were actually low enough. They were still kind of like showing through the window, so I decided to go for the clothing hanger from Mosquito Stuff Pack instead. But I also really like that one, and I rarely ever use it, so it was nice sort of kind of being forced to use it. I also considered the high school years ones just quickly, but I don't know. The swatches are a little bit funny. The clothing didn't really feel like it fit with the interior. It's not that sort of vibe. It's very colorful, and this house is definitely not colorful. Oh, sorry for zooming in on his shoes. I was a little bit confused about his shoe choice, but I don't know. It's your feet. Do what you want. I just thought it was funny because they're loafers, right? So they're a little bit like, they kind of remind me of grandpa's shoes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if you like to wear them, go ahead. I'm not. Actually, I really wanted a pair myself a couple of years ago, but now I'm into very platform shoes because I have a foot injury, so it hurts to wear these like thin-soled shoes because I have a big toe injury. It's the whole thing. So unfortunately I can't. So now I just like them with like a thick sole, my shoes with a thick sole. But I thought it was funny because they kind of remind me of grandpa's shoes, and then they have the school logos on them, which is not very grandpa-like. I don't know, it was kind of like, what the heck? I was very confused for a moment. And he's also very rudely just walking on my property and standing in my plants and stuff. Like, what the heck? Dude, get off my property. Go away. I don't know where we're at in the build because I got completely sidetracked by this rude man entering my facilities. Wait, what? That sounds weird. Walking on my property. Get off. Go away. Was I convincing enough? I feel like I was convincing enough. I've never actually told anybody to get off my property. I don't have any property. Anyway, so, what are we doing? Right, we're landscaping a little bit. I didn't want to overdo it, just wanted these small areas with a little bit of, planned sort of landscaping foliage, if you will, but there's a little bit extra on the other side of the fence that is supposed to be a little bit more like naturally wild grown, if you will. So I think I ended up adding a little bit of color to that specific patch of foliage, but as for the plants in these like framed up areas, we're just going for green, a lot of green, and then just like a little bit of white. I feel like often with these sort of more contemporary looking houses, I tend to just cool it with the colors when it comes to the landscaping. For some reason, I don't really like the two together. They just don't work together in my mind, I suppose. So we're definitely going for a traditional sort of landscaping for this house as well today. Traditional in the sense that it's traditional to me. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Like a traditional me sort of landscaping. I don't know if that makes sense either. I'm giving up. Okay, we're moving on. So they got a pool. They have a dining table outside, which is nice because, you know, there's a very small dining table indoors. So if they ever have guests over, they have to sit outdoors. Pray for good weather. And also a grill. And then I almost forgot that they have a terrace on the second floor. And I do end up decorating it, but there's just a table. There's also right here, also a couch. But that is pretty much it. I think that's the last of it, unless I forgot the bathroom, but I don't think I forgot it this time around. Not this time. So, oh yeah, we're just adding lights. But other than that, I think we're pretty much done. So, If you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. And if you like books, like I mentioned, I do have a booktube, and you can find a link to that in the pinned comment as well. There will be a reorganization video up soon, so if you're into that, go check it out. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!
I've got something on my mind. I bet you know what I'm thinking about. You know I can't stop loving you. Every time when you're looking at me, it feels like my heart is skipping a beat, yeah. You know I can't live without you. You make me crazy in a good way. So come on, baby, let's talk. Let's talk about love, like you and me all night. And let's talk about love and feeling alright. And let's talk about love. Yeah, baby, come and dance with me. Everything I'll ever need. So let's talk about love. Can I take you out tonight? Kiss you in the moonlight. There is no place I'd rather be. Come on, girl, we can take my car, drinking some beers in your favorite bar, yeah. You know I can't live